Hi, this is Paul from globaltradingsoftware.com, and this is a futures trading tutorial using our range breakout. Two instances here. So again, in Dubai, I'm looking at types of trades that we could do, but using those four standard strategies with the range breakout indicator, something that I'm going to be teaching in a weekend live in-person trading course in June. The link down below is for that, for people living in the UAE. So yesterday's oil pit open. So I'm trading copper futures. So copper and oil are my preferred instruments at the moment for trading. And we get the oil range breakout for the USA, which was around about 5:10 p.m. Dubai time yesterday. We got a very large range. So one of the things that we do there is just not trade it, purely because it was over a certain amount of ticks. And again, that's part of that training. So we then spend the rest of that day or evening in Dubai just going up and down in this range. So later on, we come through into the Dubai morning around about 5:30 a.m., something like that. And again, we're in Ramadan at the moment, so people are up. We get the bias for the range turn green. You can see it here, the range high, the range low, turns green at this point here. We then start to move up into the range. You can see the bias depth heat map down on the bottom there. All 6 time frames are green. So we're confirming that this move up has some potential. And this is what we call a continuation trade. So we can see from here, the range wasn't really broken to the upside. It came down below, tested these support and resistance zones. Again, this is the Ninja Trader platform. So we have our automated Guardian zones on here as well, so we can see why that support is holding. The main thing is it came down below. So when it comes back up through, and the bias here and the bias depth heat map gives the confirmation, we take the long breakout to the upside. Very, very, very simple. So we one tick above here for the entry. So just draw that line in here. So this would be the entry at this point here. And again, it's not rocket science. I show you how we could put a stop limit order on at that point there. I'm just going to change that to white so we can see it a little better. Okay. So now we're in the trade. How do we manage it? How do we maximize the profits? So with the manager, which colors in the candles different colors, so green, gray. So green is an up candle with more volume than the previous candle, okay? But with the dot up above, that's higher than average volume as well. So there's been a catalyst, there's something that's made this really go long. And then we can see it starts to go flat, but all of the volume is lower than average volume. So we're not going to panic at that stage. Then eventually we get this higher than average volume low candle come in, so it's red, it's got higher than average, it's got the dot up above. Again, we teach all this. We get out, that's a $700 profit this morning. And then we get the European open. Now this is interesting because this is one of the 4 strategies. So continuation strategy is 1. Now this instance is what we call a straddle. So this time we've got the European open, but the range is defined and it's colored in yellow, which means there's indecision, it's neutral. We check that neutrality down with the bias depth heat map and we should have green, yellow and red. So there's just total confusion. So in this instance, what we do is we have an order up above and an order down below. So this is the opening range here. So we would put an order on up here. Again, I'm just going to turn that white. And then we're going to have an order down below. Because we want to straddle that range. We want to say there's total indecision. We don't know which way it's going to go, but we know it's going to break out of there. So we just need to know, we need to have orders on and or sort of thing. So if it goes up, we're in. If it goes down, we're in, and that's where we're in at this moment in time. So I'm just going to copy that, paste that, move that down here. So we've had the continuation trade this morning in Dubai, and it was a great $750 trade. We're then coming to the European Open. This gives us another opportunity. We have the straddle because we've got that neutrality in the bias there. And again, during that training weekend in Dubai, we will be teaching you everything to do with this type of strategy. Then we see the breakout comes down to the downside. Now it actually has found some initial support at the top of that previous oil pit opening range as well, and also the 15-minute time frame support zone here on the Ninja Trader. So what we want to do now is we're going to lock in some profit, but allow this to pull back. At this moment in time, you see the ribbon here on the manager. That is very red. It's very wide. It looks like this thing wants to push down. So what we're going to do at the moment is not panic. The manager is still telling us there's some downward momentum here. There's no big high volume. There was a bit of a rejection. You see, if I just go big here on this candle, this white wick came down, touched that support zone and pushed back up again, and we've got lower and higher. So that means we've got average volume on this one, but there's no follow through. There's no follow through right now. This is still red, so we're going to stay in this trade. And this trade's currently worth around about, let me just check. So about 56, so $550. Okay, you see it's pushing down again right here. It wants to try and push down through this support. This is really giving us some great opportunities here. So far in this Dubai trading morning, okay, we're coming up to 11:40 a.m. We've made around $1,400 profit per one contract trading on copper futures. So great trading strategy. We've got profit already booked and logged and taken on this long. Now we're on the short, and again, what I will teach you in that weekend is understanding now how we're going to manage this trade and lock in some more profits with some trailing stops and things like that. But right now, there's no panic. I can see there's still downward momentum. We are at support now, but there's no real let up in this this ribbon. So we are looking pretty good on this trade, and there's no need for me to panic. And that's the whole point of the manager. So this combination is the range breakout strategy, which defines that range, and we can teach you some of the good times where we can define those ranges for European Opens, the oil pit open, that sort of thing. It also gives it a bias, and that allows us then to trade those four strategies. So the continuation strategy, when it's gone down below and it comes back up again and we go green and we go long, is one of them. The straddle trade is another one. When we get that bias, which is yellow, so there's total indecision, we're going to go long or short. Another one is a data reversal strategy, which is pretty cool, and that only happens once a week or once a month, but those data reversals are phenomenal. And then the last one is we trade in the bias again, with the range. So if this bias was red, for example, we would just put the short order on and go short. So there's four strategies within this. We then include this in the course, the bias depth heat map. So this is your confirmation. So we get signal, confirmation, and then we have the manager here, which helps you manage the trade sensibly, not panic, and maximize those profits consistently. So today, right now, if $1,300 is enough for you and we can see some struggle at support, you take this profit, take the $1,400 per one contract. Remember, if you're trading two contracts, that's nearly $3,000 profit, and you finish for the day. Okay, you can come back later when the oil pit opens at 5 p.m. Not a problem. But this combination is a really great, sensible strategy, especially for beginners as well, because you can learn how to do this quite simply and keep repeating those same processes, those same rules. So if you're in the UAE, check out that link below. Towards the end of June, I've got a live in-person training event which includes this software for life, and me training with you on those strategies for the whole weekend, Saturday and a Sunday, and then that continual support afterwards, even perhaps coming to my offices in Dubai Marina for 2 hours a month for the first few months, just to reinforce what you've learned. If you're not in Dubai and you're still interested in these, I will put the links down below as well for not just the Ninja Trader version, but the other versions for the other platforms of the Range Breakout, the Buyer's Depth Heat Map, and the Manager. Hopefully that helps. Speak to you all really soon.